Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am sitting outside of Costco and I love Costco because they have great prices on good quality food. But here's my biggest issue with Costco. There's nothing more annoying than buying a bunch of healthy food and having to throw it out, or it sits in your fridge or freezer taking up space because you don't know what to do with it all. I used to find myself wasting so much money because I'd buy all this food and not know what to do with it. So now I shop Costco with a plan, and I'm gonna show you my top 10 healthy foods that I buy plus 5 easy recipes so you can eat healthy without any waste. So if you're trying to eat healthier and wanna stop wasting money on food, I made this video for you. Sweat the thumbs up. That just means give it a little click. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I have new videos every week sharing my health and fitness journey to help you with yours, plus weekly giveaways for my subscribers. So comment down below and say hi. And because I know it can be super confusing to figure out what foods are actually healthy at Costco, I'm gonna give you my printable shopping list. So make sure you save this video and send it to a friend who shops at Costco to help them out too. Before I head inside, be honest. Comment down below with a trash can emoji if you have ever thrown out food just because you let it sit around too long because you didn't know what to do with it. Same. I'm super guilty. So like, we're gonna change that. I'm gonna head inside. I'm gonna show you everything you need to buy and those recipes when I get home. I used to get so overwhelmed shopping here. There's just so many options. I'm literally in an underwear aisle, like what? But now that I have a system and a plan, I feel like it makes it so much easier, way less stressful. I really focus on some solid proteins and then a couple of sides that easily mix and match into some completely different meals so I can mix it up without any waste. They're starting to bring out the samples and you can see people start to get a little crazy. That's my cue to leave. I just got home, started to unpack everything. I made myself a little coffee, and I'm gonna go through each item and tell you why I love it so much and what makes it a staple in my diet. And then I'm gonna show you those 5 recipes and how to use all of these things so you don't waste any money or food. All right, first up is this grass-fed beef sirloin. I literally didn't eat beef for about 12 years. I just started eating it again a couple of months ago. If you follow on Instagram, you guys know this story. But anyway, it used to upset my stomach, and I like always loved beef, but then there was a period of time where every time I ate it, I felt like I'd get sick. But I felt like it was time to reintroduce it because it's such a good source of clean protein and such good protein, especially when it's grass-fed. This is amazing, and I started eating it again with no problems at all, especially when I do the grass-fed. I love this because it's simply prepared. It's basically ready to eat. You just heat it up and serve, but there's not a bunch of added stuff in it. There's like literally just some spices, a little olive oil, dehydrated garlic, and it has 19 grams of protein per serving, and that's just a 3-ounce serving. I typically would eat more like 4 to 6 ounces, so you're gonna be getting more about like 25 grams of protein or so. I'm gonna make this with a delicious salad and a nice yogurt dressing on top. It's gonna be so good. So I'm gonna be making this delicious steak salad. It's so simple, but really yummy. But first I'm gonna show you how I make this Greek yogurt dressing sauce. I use it in so many different recipes all week long, so it's kind of a staple. You'll see it in a few others here. I take about a cup of the yogurt, a half to a whole lemon juiced, a bunch of garlic powder, salt and pepper, mix it all up. I'm telling you, this is like the most basic dressing, but it is so yummy. Then I'm gonna take the grass-fed beef sirloin. It is already pre-sliced, which makes it even easier, and you just wanna warm it up. You don't wanna overcook it because again, it's already cooked, so it's really just about giving it a little bit of that warmth back. Lay down a bed of lettuce, put the steak right on top, and then drizzle the sauce. There could not be an easier recipe. It takes about 5 minutes to make, but it is so yummy. And again, you can add rice or do other things to really evolve it. All right, next up is this organic chicken meatballs. So again, I always look for things, especially if they're just ready to eat, like heat and serve kind of food, which is so convenient. I make sure that they just don't have a ton of added unnecessary ingredients, especially the sugars. This has 0 grams of added sugar, 13 grams of protein per serving, and it's mostly just seasonings added to it, like spinach powder, broccoli, garlic, a seasoning blend. There's not really much to them. So they're gonna be super clean and delicious. And I'm gonna make a little bit of like a Mediterranean bowl using these meatballs. Why I love getting meatballs like this that don't have a specific sauce or seasoning, besides the fact they don't have all the added sugars that make them unhealthy, you can really mix up up your flavors so you have a lot of different options. It doesn't have to be like spaghetti and meatballs. We can get creative. For the chicken meatballs, I'm going to do this like Greek bowl. So I want to chop up some of my veggies. I'm going to be using this throughout the week as well. So I'm just going to chop up a bunch of the zucchini and the squash and get those sauteed with a little avocado oil on the stove. It usually takes about 5 minutes for these to cook. They don't really take all that long. You can also use like a bone broth or water to cook them in to add protein or to cut down on some of the fat. And then again, these are already cooked, so it's really about warming them, getting a little bit of that like browning on the side to give them more texture. I'll put those and put them over like medium high while I cook up the veggies. So these also take about 5 minutes or so really to get warmed back up. Put down my bed of lettuce, just a bunch of greens, some pre-cooked brown rice. You can get these at Costco too. I just already had them, so I didn't buy more. And then lay down some of the veggies. I usually use about a half a cup. I'll do about 4 or 5 of the meatballs and then put a little bit of feta on top. And again, coming into that yogurt sauce I made to drizzle and add a little bit of that creaminess. So delicious. I'm going to break up the proteins with a little veggie. I love this organic squash mix. So you have like zucchini and some yellow squash in here. There are so many great options for veggies at Costco, especially like organic veggies. The problem for me is they're usually in these like massive containers that aren't going to fit in my fridge, and I probably won't go through them in time. I love squash because I can use it in a ton of different meals. It kind of just takes on whatever seasoning and flavors you use. They don't have like a strong flavor themselves, so I can really get a lot out of them. They don't take up a ton of space, and I know I'm actually going to use them. So I'm going to be using these in a few of the different recipes I'm going to show you in just a couple minutes. Back to my proteins. I just love Costco for proteins because the prices are great. This is ground bison. You get like 2 pounds of it. I think it was about $19, which is not cheap for meat, but it is a really good deal for a good quality ground bison, especially. I love bison. The protein, 23 grams per 4-ounce serving. You know, I always want to get like 20 grams at least with each meal. And I'm going to use this in like a hearty kind of like stew. So I'm going to use some of those veggies, mix it all up, bone broth, and just make a really yummy, simple stew. But I use this for tacos. I throw it in bowls. I just cook it up with just a little like garlic powder, salt, and pepper. That way I can use it in basically any other meal I want and add those different seasonings throughout the week. This is my version of like a hearty stew or soup using the ground bison. It turned out so yummy. You can do this in an Instapot or crock pot too, but I just brown the meat with a little bit of avocado oil, some salt and pepper and garlic. Then I added my bone broth, added in some kidney beans and black beans. So these are just things you have in your pantry, right? Or if you're getting them at Costco, you stock up on them. Throw the spinach in there as well and let that all start to simmer together. I already had some sweet potato that I had meal prepped this week, and then of course my zucchini and my squash. I'm going to put some rice in here as well. So some of those same ingredients you've seen in the other recipes are all going to go in this kind of like a everything but the kitchen sink, clean out your fridge stew, and it's really yummy. So some more garlic powder, salt, pepper. I like to do like oregano, just whatever spices you want to throw in here. There's not like a perfect recipe of spices. Just flavor it the way that tastes good to you, and look how delicious this was. The albacore tuna at Costco is the best. This is just like wild, sustainable, great tuna. It's delicious in water. I use this for sandwiches all the time. My son eats it, Ryan eats it. We all use it. I feel like tuna used to just be like, oh, boring tuna sandwiches, but you can really make them so much better. I have a delicious salad using canned tuna in my Shape Up meal plan too. So I'm going to be using this for a sandwich, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do different with it that really elevates it. Like I said, we're not doing an average tuna sandwich. If you are someone who loves like pickle and relish and all that in your tuna, make it the way you like it. But let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to use that same yogurt sauce I made. Instead of mayo, this is going to cut down on calories, add protein, add a little bit of that zestiness with the lemon. So put that together, add fresh crushed red pepper and Parmesan straight into the tuna. I love Parmesan. I use it in everything. So mix that all up. Then I'm going to lay some avocado on my AWG rounds. These are grain-free, gluten-free rounds. They're so yummy. Put some spinach down and then pile that tuna and Parmesan yogurt sauce mixture right on top. I'm going to throw it in the air fryer, and it's going to be like a delicious tuna meal of your dreams. I can't explain the flavors. It's so good using that yogurt sauce too. It's so yummy, and it all bakes together. So it's kind of like a tuna cake, like a crab cake, but with tuna. You may have seen these before in another Costco haul I did, but I love them. They're organic basil, cracked black pepper, Paleo sausage. I've said this, but looking at things like paleo, don't think about it for like the diet benefits or like whatever. The reason why I like things that will say like paleo on them is because it means they don't have a bunch of added crap that your body doesn't need, or added sugars or anything. So this one, 16 grams of protein per link. There's really nothing crazy in here. The ingredients are super clean. It's just the chicken and the seasoning. Again, I love that. I'm gonna make a yummy pasta that's super simple. And when you have things that are already cooked, it just makes it so much easier to have a quick, healthy meal. I've noticed a little trend with these recipes. They're all high protein, low carb, including this pasta I'm gonna make, but you could totally swap the pasta noodles out for actual pasta. But I'm gonna start with those chicken sausage just chopped up. Get those in the pan. They're already cooked. So again, it's just about warming them up, adding some sun-dried tomatoes and that already cooked veggie mixture, because they can all just go in one pan together since they just need to kind of get warm. Then I'm going to use the hearts of palm linguine, throw it in there, put some fresh lemon. You already have like the avocado oil in there, so you don't really need to add any sauces here. If you wanted to, you could. And then I'm going to do some Parmesan on top, some crushed red pepper, some more fresh lemon, and it is so zesty and delicious. Greek yogurt, it is 0% fat, organic Greek yogurt. It is a big old thing, like 48 ounces of yogurt, but we use a lot of yogurt in our house. I use it for dressings, I add it to smoothies, I make my bowls with granola. It's just such a staple, but I'm gonna be using this in a few of the recipes to help really add some moisture. You guys know I love to use it when I cook my chicken as well. It just always adds a little bit of that moisture, but it also adds a bunch of protein, and Greek yogurt is higher in protein than other yogurts. So in this, you get 18 grams in 2/3 of a cup. That is incredible. So if you're not already on the Greek yogurt train, it's time to get on. I've shared this brand before. They do sauces and packaged foods. I think in my Aldi grocery haul, I actually showed you guys them, but it's Kevin's Natural Foods. So this is a roasted garlic chicken. I love garlic, so I just like this chicken to be able to use in pretty much anything throughout the week. I can throw it on a salad. I can throw it with some rice and veggies in a bowl. When I cook up those veggies, I can add it to pasta. It's so nice to have on hand. It's already cooked, you heat it up, there's sauce in there you can add. Sometimes I just don't even add the sauce if I'm making something else, but it is nice to have that because you can really just add it to a bunch of different meals throughout your week. Having a high protein, healthy, again, there's a lot of ready to eat proteins at Costco that are loaded with sugars. You don't want those, you gotta look at it. So this only has 1 gram of sugar, no added sugar, so that's just coming from some of the ingredients that are in the sauce here. But it's just nice, clean chicken protein to have on hand. All right, I have 2 more absolute must buys at Costco. These organic hard-boiled eggs are amazing. So when I buy my eggs fresh, I try to get pasture-raised, grass-fed eggs, whatever. Organic is still really great because you know there's no GMOs or anything like that when they're organic. But the nice thing about this, even though it's not that hard to make hard-boiled eggs, it's just inconvenient. These are ready to go. They're in these nice little packages. I'll show you guys. So I eat these for snacks, right? 2 little eggs. I take these on the go. I eat them when I'm just like, I need something quick. I get a good hit of protein and healthy fats, which helps curb cravings, satiates you, and allows you to like get through until you can get like a full meal in. But I also love doing like egg sandwiches and doing it with avocado and making like a really yummy sandwich too, putting them on top of salads. There's just a lot you can do with them. So I'm not gonna be making like some big full meal with these, but I wanted to show them to you guys because I just feel like if you're not already buying these at Costco, you're missing out. They're a great deal, and it is a perfect high protein snack. Last one is this wild Alaska salmon. So when you're shopping for salmon, what you don't want to do is get the farm raised salmon. Ideally avoid that because there's a lot that goes into it. Basically, the fish are swimming around in the same stuff. There can be like disease, blah, blah, blah. You want wild fish when it comes to fish, wild caught, right? When we talk about our other proteins, we try to go for grass-fed organic when we can. If you can afford to do that, this is actually a really good deal at Costco. I think it was like $18. There's 6 servings in here, so that's not bad. Like per thing, it's about $3 per fillet of this amazing, right? 3 times 6, 18, right? Of this amazing wild caught salmon. And I will say, I usually avoid marinated stuff. Like I was saying with that chicken earlier, you don't want a lot of sauces and marinades that have a ton of sugars, and almost all of them do. This is marinated, but it's just marinated in seasoning, so there's no added sugar, 30 grams of protein per serving. The ingredients are amazing. It's just like the salmon, some oil, some spices, not much to it. It's already seasoned, ready to go. You just have to cook it up. I'm gonna be doing this with some veggies as well, so you have like options, but you can really do a ton with salmon. I like to do grilled veggies. I like to do like teriyaki bowls, mix it up in that way, do some sweet potato on the side. It's just a staple. I always talked about this all year long, and I'm going to say it forever, so hear me out. Focus on my protein first, then my greens and veggies, and then everything else. And if you keep focusing that way in how you shop, and how you plate your food and how you make your meals, you are going to see incredible results. You're gonna feel better, you're gonna lose weight, you're gonna be more toned, all of those things will happen. And these 10 items I just showed you are gonna help. All right, girls, so those are my top 10 healthy Costco must-haves and 5 super easy recipes you can make with those ingredients so you have zero waste. I think one thing that I love about all these is they're super easy to make, they're clean, and they're high protein. So you know that you're gonna be fueling your body, building lean muscle, getting strong. It's gonna help you lose weight and really help you feel full, curbing those cravings when you have such high protein meals. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, sweat the thumbs up, comment down below, and let me know which one of these recipes you're gonna try first. And don't forget, good things come to those who sweat. So I'll see you next week. Bye.